Hi, guys. Welcome to my weekly show, my weekly Facebook, Instagram Live about the energy of the week, what to expect, what can we expect from what's going on for the week, and how we can take the energy and manifest it and make it work for us. Okay. So we're first going to talk about what the energy is, and we're going to talk about how we can get there. So I have had some really awesome feedback from people, and feedback from people that I really respect and I really admire. And so I'm going to change the format a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about what the energy is. Then we're going to do the meditation, and then we're going to finish off with what we're going to call homework. Until I can find a really cool, more interesting word to use than homework, I'm going to give you something practical to use during your week, okay? So that it's not just some kind of esoteric concept that kind of lays out there and then we don't really do anything about it. So let's get started, okay? Let's waste no more time. One of the things that I will tell you is I have really had it's been such a beautiful day here in New York. Exactly, Yvette, the inspiration for the week. It's been such a lovely, beautiful, and incredible day here in New York and all around the world. And I really want to just kind of impart and share that energy of May, right? May is the month of the blooms. May is when all of the April showers bring May flowers. And I was taking a walk today with Mia, and we walked to the park. We saw all of the beautiful flowers really coming up everywhere. And it was so incredibly inspiring to see. And really kind of, I felt in my heart, Mia and I felt in our hearts like, wow, are we really paying attention to these things all the time? Is there a new bloom? Does it feel like a new bloom? Or is this something that we've just neglected and that we didn't get to see or didn't pay attention to? Or is it actually the energy of the earth resting? So who really knows? And we'll leave that up, give it up to God, give it up to the creator. But it's just the awareness, right? The awareness of the beauty that surrounds things. And I feel like so much of our lives, we have really not taken the time to smell the flowers, right? We haven't taken the time to smell the roses. I love that phrase, and it takes on so much more meaning now in this time. And as we really look at what's going on around our world, let's face it, we need the smell of the roses. We need the glimmer of the flowers. We need the reminder of regeneration, rejuvenation. So as I was doing that, I was really thinking about what is it that the creator is trying to share with us about the energy of the week that we're in. So the first thing we want to do is really attune our attention to where are the flowers blooming? Where are the flowers blooming in our lives? Where is the flower blooming in your life? I know for myself, I'm so lucky that this process has been a process that has been more nurturing than it has been traumatizing. I know so many of us have gone through a lot of trauma in this time. But for me, it's been very nurturing. And that awareness and that nurturing has really called on me to take responsibility for my life, take responsibility for the things that I want to appreciate more of, and that I want to grow, and that I want to step into. So what I would like to do is I'd like to talk about where in your life this week, like we said, where in your life are the roses blossoming and smelling? Where are the flowers blossoming? Where are they coming to fruition? Where can you smell them? It might take some extra energy. It might take a little bit of effort to actually find them. But that's the beauty and the energy of the week. This week, we're going to find where our flowers are. We're going to find where those roses are. Okay? So the other thing that I wanted to talk about too is this energy of perfection. We're all striving for perfection in our lives, right? We're striving that, We want everything to look a certain way, and we want it to look the way that we perceive it in our heads. And this. This week is, I've heard so many different energies, so many people that I look up to talking about visioning. Some of my teachers were doing a beautiful meditation or a beautiful lecture this morning on visioning. And I happen to be doing I'm participating in a really cool vision board experiment on Wednesday. So visioning is all a part of it. Visioning is a part of the energy of this week. Visioning meaning not only being able to see, but being able to feel and almost being able to touch and to be able to sense the power of what we want. Okay, so first is appreciation, right? Appreciation is finding the roses and finding out how they smell in our lives. That's number one this week. And then the second thing is visioning and seeing. If you can't see the roses, you do know what roses smell like, right? You've smelled them before. How can we bring that energy to manifest into our lives, even if it's not here right now? Okay, so visioning. But usually when we're visioning, there's something that we get stuck on. And what we end up usually getting stuck on, guys, is this element of perfection. Like, if it's not perfect, I don't want it, right? If it's not perfect, then how could it really be what I'm asking for? Or how can it be what I'm manifesting for? So I want to offer you probably one of the most incredibly valuable pieces of wisdom that I ever received. And I'm a Virgo. And if you guys know anything about Virgos, or if any of you are Virgos, Virgos are incredibly critical of themselves. They are incredibly always striving for perfection. And if they don't find the perfection, they usually give up, right? So they give up and then they just don't do it, right? They get stuck. They get in analysis paralysis. Like, if it's not perfect, I'm not going to do it. Or if it's not perfect, I'm going to give it up, right? So this was something that I was plagued with for a huge part of my life. And I would say about 10 years ago, more than that at this point, I learned an incredibly valuable lesson that made me think and that made me seek. So it was the wisdom that I'm going to offer you today that made me think, but it's that wisdom that made me explore and prove it to myself. So I'm not telling you to just believe everything I'm saying. I'm not telling you to just jump out and say, oh yeah, I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to apply it to your life. What I'm saying is, take that piece, apply it to your life, and try it. Okay? So what if everything was perfect? What if everything was perfect already? It doesn't take away from you contributing what your desires are, because what your desires are also perfect. The things that you want, the things that you want to manifest, the things that you want to create in your life, those are yours. And we think that they came from us, but they really came from a higher power. They really came from the energy of all that is, right? And so as we take responsibility or ownership for them, we're really just the manager. So those thoughts and those ideas and those inspirations come into you. And they come into you because the universe has found them as kind of like, as they said, oh, this guy can manifest this. This guy can create this in his life. This guy can make it happen. So therefore, you know what we're going to do? We're going to give this idea to this guy. But what happens when this guy doesn't create it or manifest? It goes to somebody else. You ever had a situation in which you had a really brilliant idea and you were like, wow, I should really do that, or I should really do this, I should really do that, And then 5, 6, 7 years later, all of a sudden you're watching TV and you're like, well, wait, I had that really great idea. And then you start to beat yourself up. Why didn't I do anything about that? I should have done anything about that. If I would have done something about that, maybe I would be a millionaire right now. So we all get stuck in this cycle. But what happens is, in the seed level, as we download and bring that information into the universe, we start to get frustrated that we can't create it perfectly. Like, we don't have enough money, or we don't have the this, or we don't have the that. But all that is required of us is simply that we go for it, and we do it, and we try it. And guess what? If it doesn't work out, that's perfect too. Okay? That's perfect. So I will share something with you. many years ago, I started a production company because I worked in the entertainment business pretty much my whole life. So I started a production company, raised a lot of money, and I began having the opportunity to invest in and co-produce Broadway shows, which was really, really a huge dream of mine. And I had set up this company, and I couldn't believe that this was happening in my life. Like at that point, it felt like such an incredible dream come true. It felt like such a manifestation. I was doing all of these things, and I was like, wow, even though I set out in this path to be an actor, that was my dream when I was a child or when I was a kid, and for most of my life, I want to be an actor, and this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. It took a different turn when I got into production, and I thought, wow, this is really great. I really love production. Producing in particular, raising money, being a part of the seed level and creating things. So I had the opportunity to do one very, 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 very successful show. And then after that one successful show, all of my investors and all of the people that were behind me were like, I'll give you whatever you need. Clearly everything you do turns to gold. And then I went to raise money for another show that I had an even bigger stake in, that I was really, really a part of the seed level for. And I raised a lot of money because I believe so much in this project. Honestly, for me, this project was like the next Broadway Tony Award-winning hit. I wouldn't have even gone there if I didn't think it was going to be. And so I raised all this money. I created these connections with people. I built their trust, allowed them to build their trust in me. We raised all of this money. And the show got an amazing review in the New York Times. And we thought, oh my God, this is going to be awesome. It was an out-of-town tryout, and then it was supposed to transfer to Broadway. So we had this huge out-of-town tryout. We got an amazing review in the Times, and we got some not so amazing reviews in some other publications. But we looked at it as an opportunity to grow, which is normal in that process. And so to make a very long story short, what ended up happening is that show didn't transfer to Broadway. It didn't transfer to Broadway, and it ended up on the shelf, and costumes and sets and everything are in a warehouse in New Jersey somewhere, and nothing. And then all of a sudden, this dream that I had of really being able to step into this new phase of my life and this new phase of my career completely plummeted. And then I thought, oh my God, how am I going to go back to these people and ask for more money for a different show? Like, how can I do that? How can I create that? And so I built all of these beliefs up about how it wasn't worthy, or how I wasn't worthy of being able to handle the money, or how I was being irresponsible. And I let it go. And I never invested in another Broadway show, and I never was a part of a seed level of a Broadway show. And I had many opportunities to be a part of other projects, but I let them go. And I let that whole project go. And it was something that I think I had grown so accustomed to and so used to in my life that it wasn't so traumatic. It was just like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Or that's what happens. That's what happens when you're an entrepreneur. That's what happens. And then I realized how perfect, and I only realized this in the last year, how perfect it is that happened. Because if that wouldn't have happened, I would have actually ended up not doing what I'm doing now. I would have never sought the path of really stepping into what I believe is my purpose, of being able to help others in a really, really deep and meaningful way. And what I got to do is I really got to say, okay, wow, that was perfect. Like, I had the opportunity to taste that. I had the opportunity to taste a massive Broadway hit and a massive Broadway failure. And now I get to do what I'm really meant to do, which is really, really inspiring people to live their dream and to also heal, right? And so that's where I am. And I found this week's in particular, I'm sitting on the precipice of this big, big new idea that I have, this new thing that I'm putting out into the universe and that I'm creating. And it's getting close, I guess you could say. It's getting close. And I've had these fears come up about it not working out, that it won't happen, that it's not going to be perfect, and that it's not going to be the way that I originally see it. And then just today, I went back to this whole thing about the production company and my production company. I realized, you know what? It's perfect. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. But I would rather put my energy and my intention into focusing on what I'm developing and creating now, or what is coming to be now, than walking down the road and wondering, hey, Daniel, you should have done this, or what would have happened if you would have done that. And that's where we don't want to live. We don't want to live in that space of regret, right? So let me bring it back to you. So there's something this week that you want to see. There's something that you see. There's a vision that you have, something that you want to do, something that you want to create. And it feels that it needs to be so perfect. So in today's meditation, our manifestation meditation today, we're going to ask the creator, we're going to download us with what it feels like to understand the creator's definition and perspective of perfection, and how we can actually step into this knowing. It also feeds into a lot of energy about control, right? Control is usually the one thing that keeps us stuck from actually really, really trusting that everything is perfect. Well, it can't be perfect if it wasn't my way, right? If it wasn't my way, then it was a disaster. And we want to really offer you to really begin to think that, you know what? Everything is perfect already. All you have to do is release yourself and let go. Let go of what you think perfection means, and be open to the perfection of the universe. Okay? Yeah. So let's go. Let's go, and let's go deep, and let's do our manifestation meditation this week. And let's do all these downloads about vision and having the opportunity to see things. My way or the highway, right? Donna says, my way or the highway. We get in this habit of like my way or the highway. Like if something doesn't go my way, then it's not meant to be. That's not true. Okay. My way right now, you could say that, right, Donna? You could say my way or the highway right now. My way right now, but I'm going to stay on the highway. How about that? So we want to change those beliefs today in our manifestation. So please join me, uncross your arms and your legs, and really, really kind of set into where we are. Allow us to become comfortable. This is an opportunity. Here we are in the month of Taurus. It's so nice to be here together. It's so nice to be here together. How awesome. How awesome and how lucky are we? Allow us to come to this place of center. All of you guys are awesome. I appreciate your love and your support. So come to center, feel yourself in your heart. We're going to do our expanded meditation tonight, our expanded theta healing meditation. So as you focus your energy on your heart, I want you to imagine that there's a beautiful, beautiful ball of light in your heart. And as you focus on that energy in your heart, it begins to expand. And as it expands, it becomes one with your entire body, your entire physical being, and your spiritual being. And you can feel yourself surrounded and one with this ball of light. But I want you to keep expanding. And expand into the chair that you're in. And into the computer even. Expand out into the desk and the room. Feel yourself a part of everything around you. Feel yourself, your molecules and atoms just commingling with all other atoms and molecules around you. Remember, we are nothing but atoms and molecules floating in space. And as we do that, we can begin to imagine that we're expanding out past the room that we're in, into the house that we're in. And as we expand out past the house that we're in, we go into the city, the town, the neighborhood. We see ourselves, our ball of light, becoming one with all of those elements. But as we give our attention to it, it just continues to grow and grow and grow until we become one with the state that we're in, and finally the country. And as we begin to expand, our momentum picks up, and it expands into the continent and the bodies of water that surround us. We keep expanding out further and further and further until we take on different continents, different bodies of water. And as we expand further and further and further, suddenly we become one with the globe and the earth. Take a second from this place to express that gratitude, to see the perfection in the earth. Express that gratitude to the earth and to all living beings in the earth. Every atom and molecule in the earth, express that gratitude. And expand out past the globe, into the outer space, out past planets and galaxies as we expand out and expand out further and further and further beyond that. And we go further and further and further out through different galaxies, the Milky Way, until we see the outer reaches of the physical universe. And we expand out into that. Different layers of light, some dark. We feel our atoms and molecules commingling with all of them. And we expand out past those energies until we come to a golden-like layer. We expand out past the golden-like layer, feeling the warmth and the care and the support. We expand out past that until we come to a jelly-like substance layer. It feels almost like liquid. And as this jelly-like substance layer expands out, we feel different pushes and pulls, but we keep going further and further and further until we come to this beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And all of a sudden, our ball of light mixes with the law of compassion. And the law of compassion propels us deeper and deeper and deeper, further out into the seventh plane of all that is. And we can feel this tingling sensation all over our body. Utilize that energy to heal us, to heal our physical bodies. Feel ourselves emerging in and dissolving with every single atom and molecule that is here. This is the energy that's existed since the beginning of time. Energy is not created or destroyed. It just is. And I want you to sit here and hold this vibration while I offer some downloads. First thing I hear is, would you like to know? Would you like to be downloaded? First of all, when I offer downloads, all you have to do is say yes in your mind's eye to receive them. So would you like to know what it feels like, and that you know how to, when to, where to understand and know that you are perfect already, exactly like you are? And that in that perfection, all you're doing is feeding on perfection, right? You just become more and more perfect. It's not that there's not stuff that we can work on or not stuff that we can change. It's not that we need to become overwhelmed with our ego, that we're too perfect and that we don't need to work on ourselves. We always want to grow. Would you like Creator's definition and perspective of what it feels like to grow, and that you know how to grow, and that you know how to grow with compassion and love towards yourself, and that in that compassion, in that love towards yourself, you just build on perfection. Would you like to know how to build on perfection and also grow? So that's the foundation for this evening, right, guys? This is where the energy is telling us to start. That's our 0 point. That's our beginning. So as we expand out and ask Creator for more messages, we like to download you that you know that it's safe for you to see your perfection. Do we have your permission to release you from the resentments and the regrets and the rejections from others who maybe didn't see you as perfect and maybe caused a scar in your perfection of yourself and how you see yourself? If you would like to forgive those people, just say yes. And remember that forgiveness is not really for the other person, guys. Forgiveness is for us. When we forgive people, places, things, and ourselves, we remove ourselves from the karmic debt of having to carry that on. You know, when you don't forgive someone, it's like you just carry it with you and it haunts you. It comes in your dreams and then you see something or whatever. Guys, forgiveness is not for the other person. This is the biggest malarkey. This is the biggest BS. Forgiveness is for you. So would you like to know how to understand that perspective that the Creator offers about forgiveness, and that forgiveness releases you from holding on to all those people that told you that you aren't perfect, or that maybe that you aren't worthy of living your dream, or maybe that you were going to fail? Would you like Creator's definition and perspective of what it feels like to succeed, and that you know how to succeed, and that you know how to handle success and anything that comes its way with ease and joy and glory and grace? Would you know how to handle those things that come into your life that are in contrast to what you want with grace? Would you like to know that this is a divine virtue? The virtue of grace is a divine virtue. Would you like to know what it feels like to tap into grace, to step into grace, and to know that you are one with grace, that you already have grace? You already have it. You already have grace. So choose grace. And would you like to know how to design without limitation, envision without limitation that which you wish to strive for and succeed at? If you'd like that, say yes. If you'd like to know how to vision, it sounds like some of you have been limited, that you don't feel like you're worthy. If you would like that, please say yes. If you would like to do that, please say yes. If you would like to know Creator's definition and perspective of spiritual vision and spiritual insight, say yes. If you'd like to know what it feels like to be able to see your future, say yes. You're afraid to see your future. Why are you afraid? Your future looks so incredibly bright, my friends. Because you're afraid of failure. That's why you're afraid to see your future. So would you like Creator's definition and perspective and highest understanding of what it means and what it looks like when we don't get what we want? Can we just remove the word failure out of your vocabulary? Would you like to be able to know how to see everything as a success, even when things don't go your way? And how to take that energy and transform it so that you can move on and grow and expand and dive deeper into something even bigger. What I've found is that the things that we don't get that we ask for are such a blessing, because the Creator meant more for us. Would you like to know how to see and believe that in every cell of your body? So you strive. I hear the word strive. You strive, you strive. You're like, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. And that sounds so heavy. I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. It sounds so heavy. So much resistance-based thought. No, guys, stop trying and just do. Would you like to know what it feels like to release yourself from this obligation of having to try to make everything happen and step into the virtue of just allowing things to happen in your life? Would you like to release yourself from that anxiety and that stress so that you can tap into what it feels like to just allow things to happen in your life? This is a great American human plague that we have been embedded with, that things have to be hard. Our generation and the generation of our grandparents and those so far back, they had to work so hard that that's become ingrained in us. Would you like to know what it feels like to release yourself from the beliefs of your ancestors so that you can step into the present moment, so that you can manifest your reality in the highest and best and most powerful way? Would you like to know that who you are and what you have to offer this world and what you have to create and employ is needed? And I just want to remind you, friends, if you don't do it, somebody else will. Would you like to know what it feels like to take the first steps in doing so, and that it's safe for you to do so, and that you're protected? Yeah. You're saying, what if? I hear you say, yeah, but what if, what if, what if? Would you like to remove those what ifs in your life and allow those what ifs to kind of be the sideshow, the circus sideshow of your success? The what ifs. What if, what if, what if? Fuck that. Sorry for my profanity. Fuck that. Tune it out. Would you like to know what it feels like to be able to tune out those voices that tell you what if? Would you like to be able to tune out those voices that say to you, oh, that's a big dream, too big of a dream, that'll never happen? Would you like to know what it feels like to know how to only, only be able to focus on your soul and your soul's desires? Would you like that? Say yes. Would you like to know your soul? Oh, God, that's it. That's the bottom belief today, guys. Would you like to know how to know your soul, to feel your soul, to know that you're worthy of knowing your soul, to know how to get in touch with your soul, to know that you are your soul, that you're not separate from your soul? Would you like to know that your soul is a part of the creator of all that is? Your soul is your divine spark. Jesus said, everything that I can do, you can do too, and that you will do. Are you ready? Are you ready to do what Jesus could do? Would you like to know that you can? And would you like to remove yourself from the guilt that religion has taught you, that you have to play small, that you couldn't be Christ-like? How amazing to feel the energy of Jesus and to feel that energy of someone who was truly in his power. While I am not religious, I understand and know and feel the energy of all the masters who have walked this earth. You're a master, my friend. If you don't think you're a master, let's keep talking, because it's time for you to step into your mastery. Oh, God, that's enough for today. Woo! So do we have your permission to download you with unconditional love, that you know how to feel unconditional love in every cell of your body? And that unconditional love is a value and a gift and a virtue that is warranted by the humanity, just by being human. You were born into unconditional love, and unconditional love is that which you should know and you deserve to know in every cell of your body. And any contrasting thought that you have is just a reminder of something that we can work towards and become. Now I want you to take your hands and put them in prayer position. Rub your palms together really, really fast. And as you rub them together really, 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 really fast, create that friction and feel yourself here in the physical world. And I want you to envision that all those atoms and molecules of the lives that we created for ourselves, I want you to see yourself there. And now put your hands over your eyes. Do you see that person? Do you see that person who is not afraid of going for their dreams? Do you see that person who understands and sees the perfection in everything? Do you see that person? Can you become one with them? Can you look at them? Can you give them a high five? Can you touch the mirror? Because that person's us. That person's you. That person's us. And now you can open your eyes. I want you to put your hands on your heart. There's an incredibly, incredibly powerful messages that came through for all of us today. Give yourself props for showing up. Give yourself props for showing up today. Taking the time out of a Sunday, even just for half an hour, to nurture yourself and to care for yourself. And feel your awesomeness. Great. So I told you we're going to start this new format. We're going to talk about some homework. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of homework today. So your homework is to see the perfection in everything, especially when things suck. Okay? When things are really, really getting you down and things are really frustrating you and things are making you angry, I really, really want you to take a second and say, hey, you know what? This is perfect. The universe sent me this moment. The universe sent me this setup. It's perfect. It may fucking suck, but it's here and it's for you. And it's to help us grow and to help give way to what we do want, right? So we want to shift our energy from focusing on what we don't want to focusing on what we do want. So as we focus on what we do want, we get more of what we do want instead of more of what we don't want. Okay? Your homework this week is to focus on what you do want. So that meditation I did is called a theta healing meditation. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, theta healing is a modality that was created by Vianna Stibel, a meditation technique. It was created by an incredible woman named Vianna Stibel. And she is so, so, so amazing. Sorry, I just got a text. That was amazing manifestation from somebody who I've been working with on a project. And it was a very good text. Wow, I love when you see this stuff like right away, right? I love it. I love when you see this stuff right away. So the meditation that I did is called a theta healing meditation. Theta healing is a modality created by Vianna Stibel. She created she was given this information because it's her subconscious mind that helps us get into what we really, really want instead of focusing on what we don't want. So the subconscious mind is the engine, the motor for propelling us. Okay. So in the theta healing meditation, we're working with the subconscious mind to go deeper. Okay. I am honored and I am privileged and I am so happy to announce that I have been granted permission and the merit from Vianna and her team to teach theta healing online. So within the next coming few days, I am going to announce my first basic theta healing class that's going to be available online. And it will be more towards the end of the month, I believe. So if what we're doing today inspires you to do exactly what I'm doing, I would love that. I would love every single one of you to have your own Facebook Lives and do your own things and do all your amazing things. If you'd like to learn more about theta healing, or if it's just something you want to incorporate into your life, please reach out to me. If you can reach out to me on Instagram, you can send me a direct message. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You can reach out to me on Facebook on any of my platforms. So a few announcements I'd like to announce. So I told you that I was going to change the format for my monthly series. And what I wanted to share with you is I'm so excited because on Tuesday, we're going to do a process that's like an attunement of consciousness, really. What would it be like to live in possibility, to live our day-to-day lives in possibility that everything and anything is possible? So the Tuesday series is going to be all about possibilities. That's Tuesday mornings at 11. And the series on Thursday at 11 is all about letting go. This is the month to practice letting go. So we're going to explore what it feels to let go of old beliefs and old paradigms and old things that keep you stuck where you were before, right? Maybe I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about this. So the Letting Go series will begin on Thursday at 11 a.m. What else can I tell you? I have the opportunity this Wednesday. I'm doing a podcast Wednesday at 2 p.m. with Jack McAdoo. He is a multi-Grammy award-winning podcaster and engineer and just all around amazing man. I've been on his show before and he's invited me back. That's Wednesday at 2 p.m. on Jack's Facebook. Go to Jack McAdoo and you can find that there. It's going to be a really awesome collaboration. It's me and Jack and this other incredibly talented woman, Lori. And what else can I tell you? I think that's it for now. The full moon, the full moon is on Thursday night. Really powerful full moon this week. We're going to be doing a full moon manifestation meditation. That is on Thursday evening. We're going to do that. A lot going on this week. Wow. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of this experience. Thank you, Ray. I'm so happy to hear that this is what you needed today. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, Mia. Thank you to everyone who participated. Thank you to everyone on Instagram who stopped by and said hi. I love you all. And I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? Have an amazing week. Bye.